Now we're gonna line it up on our base. One thing that's really important, guys, is you start off with a nice solid base that's flat and square. If it's not flat, where these joints come together, they will bow up and it will cause a problem with your gears. Okay, so you got one person holding and the other person is bringing it over. Again, you'll notice that we don't have any bead molding down in this lower section. We leave that off intentionally so you have a top and a bottom. Now, if your base isn't perfectly flat, which is not normally it isn't, you might have to adjust the height, and that's where you have having a second person or even a third person to help line things up is really, really helpful. As you can notice, we have someone on top flushing it out, and we're ready to screw it in. And your person outside should be communicating, saying, "Hey,
why guys, it's not flush to the face.
It's leaning down a little bit right there.
No, I mean it's not the face. The face isn't flush. You need to move it in a little bit.
All right. Sometimes the 4x4s aren't quite as wide as the 2x4s, so you have to move them and overlap them a little bit. So what's happening right here. Okay. After they're flushed out, how's that? Is that good?
Yeah.
The flushing out is mostly aesthetic. It can affect, if it gets too much out of whack, it can affect the roof a little bit. But if it's within a 1/16 of an inch, or 1/8 of an inch, it just becomes an aesthetic issue. So keep that in mind. All right, here we go.
All right, how's that?
Now
Perfect.
I like to make sure
You're
I'm
good.
putting screws in near the beams so that we're pulling that whole section in. That's where it's pulling.
How's that?
Right. You're good. All right. And now that we have
You're good.
we'll start to connect panels to this. This will give us some stability to get started.
Yeah, can you push against it?